Hello viewers, Sriram from ShriLearning here. Okay, what this guy going to tell? Going to tell one more interesting success story. Every success story has a story behind that. So we'll listen to that. So today we have Shreyas with us who cleared PMP recently. That is on 8th of April, he cracked it. So first, congratulations to him.
Yeah, thank you, Sriram. Thanks a lot for that.
That's great. That's great. And again, viewers, I know you come here to listen some good success story. Leave your comments and let know what more you want to know from the person, and that will help you to clear your examination. So going back here, so Shreyas, first thing, congratulations on ShriLearning. The second thing is, we want to know which domain you work from. So which city you're based from?
I'm from Bangalore, and I am from the automotive domain. So I recently shifted from automotive to appliances now.
Okay.
So hardcore waterfall methodology kind of a domain, I would say.
Okay. You look like college pass out. Is it true that you have more and more of experience?
Yeah. Passed out like 8 years before.
Now, I was just checking with the Shreya's. In LinkedIn profile, you have a different look, and for PMP, you changed your look. So a lot of things happening around him. Okay, great. I know you have a story behind the preparation, and you are so much good in the classes, reading habits, and taking mock exams. All were good. So what we'll do is first we'll understand about the exam, right? Because we want to know what actually, right? Let's listen to the exam. So tell me, is it a proctor or a center-based exam?
Mine was a center-based exam. I did not want to go for a proctor-based because of two reasons. One being the instability with respect to the network. Sometimes I had these issues in the past. So I'm going to take a risk with that. The second of all, it was to do with the lip syncing, what I usually do while reading questions. And whenever I see a success story, all they say is you shouldn't lip sync when you are taking a proctor base. So I did not want to do it.
Yeah, you're sure. You're right. You're right. There is. But tell me, with the COVID, all this stuff, you have all the guts to go to center?
Yes.
Okay.
So as far as PMP is concerned, yes.
Yes. So you have to wear the mask in the center? I mean, when you take the exam?
Yeah, I went for the Shivaji Nagar Center in Bangalore. So my time was almost like I had got a slot for like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I just reached there by like 10:45, 11. And the people asked me that if you are okay with starting off the test. I said, okay, fine, let me start off. No last minute reading and all. So started off at 11:50, and you have to wear the mask throughout your exam time.
That's tough. So do they do the temperature check, all the stuff before you go there?
Yeah. They do that. They do the temperature stuff as well as the sanitizers and all those stuff.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. Good. So you have to carry your ID card to the center. I think that's it, right? Not much more than that.
Nothing much.
Fantastic. So how was it? Exam. First 15 minutes, I gave some video, right? To tell what you have to do and what kind of exam it is. Do they explain it?
No, for me, they did not show me any videos as such. They directly took me to the computer where I had to sit and start my exam.
Sorry, maybe I may be wrong. Computer will go there. In the computer, when they start, it won't start the first question immediately. There'll be some education kind of thing the first few minutes. Does it happen?
No, it's not. It was not a video. It was just a self-reading kind of thing. Yeah. We had some like few slides, some 10 to 15 seconds. We just had to go through, and it was basically to do with if you're agreeing with the terms and conditions of PMI. Those were the questions. I mean, those were like was listed, and the next things were like what to take care of while you're in the exam.
I agree, kind of thing.
I agree, kind of a thing.
Anyway, you paid the fees. You have to agree only.
For sure. That is true.
Okay. So how is it? The first question, first 20 question. How is it?
Okay. For me, I had this strategy of like 75 minutes for each session. That was there. And the first 10 questions were like okay for me because the first 10 questions I was able to concentrate.
Very good.
After the 10th question, I started losing my mind a little bit. And I took a 30 minutes break, 30 seconds break, and then I restarted again, and I
okay.
was fresh. So that helped me. For every 10 questions, I used to take a 30 seconds break to make sure that I'm fresh, take a deep breath, and then start off. Because
So 10 questions once, you close your eyes and you take deep breath, and come back again. God,
yes.
man, Sadhguru kind of stuff you did there. Okay, okay, then.
Okay. So yeah, this was the case for the first 60 questions, and I took around 80 minutes of time for it.
Ah,
70 to
that's
80 minutes of time.
decent. 80 minutes is a decent number. Okay. Hey,
And I had this,
this includes the review?
yes, including the review. Yeah.
Wow.
So I
Quite.
hadn't marked too many questions for my review. I had read an article which said that if you are like 100%, I mean, like if you're 50% sure,
Hmm.
is only when you go for a review. If you're not 100% sure of an answer, why do you want to even review it at the end of, I mean, during the review stage? Because you don't know the answer. So I had prepared for this strategy. So I decided whenever I have a doubt, one or two options is when I will go for the review. So that's how I mean, I was getting hardly like 3 to 4 questions for review at the end of 60 questions.
That's decent. That's decent. At least 3 to 4. Okay. 8 to 10% questions. Okay, good. That's good. And see, generally, there is a thought here. PMP questions are lengthy and it takes time to read. So, on your case, how you felt that? How was it for you?
Okay. Before going to the exam, I made sure that I started a timer in my home,
Ah,
read a three-liner question, started the timer, read a three-liner question, and I realized I was hitting around 28 to 30 seconds, that range, just to read the question.
hmm,
So I tried to tweak it a little bit to make sure that I'm finishing within 26, 27 seconds, 1 or 2 seconds here and there.
hmm.
And I was able to do that gradually. I mean, during the mock exams and all. So after the mock exam, when you're doing a retrospective of the questions. So I was doing this also side by side,
Nice.
and if yeah, things are lengthy, and you can manage time. It's not like it's difficult to manage 180 questions into 30 minutes or something. You can
Decent.
manage time easily.
Perfect. That's a positive note. I can see the way you prepared, like how Usain Bolt practice his running track, a timer. You did, man. Come on, give me a question. Huh? So when you speak up there, we have to bring your certificate,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's very important, right? Here it is, Shreyas paper here. I think here we can see some Bollywood star. Okay, of course, that's Shreyas.
I had to wait for like almost 5, 6 days, 5 days for this certificate.
That's a tough thing,
That
huh?
was a shivering moment for me. Yeah,
Shivering for you. Okay.
because I have my exam.
Okay.
Whenever I go to PMI, it tells me that
Uh-huh.
whenever I go to PMI site and dashboard, it tells me that your exam is scheduled. It is never telling me that the exam is finished. I was
Yes.
like, did I take my exam in my ID, or did I take it from others' ID? I was
Right.
shocked. I mean, I was confused.
Right. Right. See, what happened is usually in 3 hours they'll give the certificate, but recently they are extending some time. I'm getting an assumption that PMI is evaluating the exam because a lot of fake and forgeries are happening. They're trying
Okay.
to check those and close it and then release the certificate. It's my assumption. I may be wrong also. So that's interesting to see a certificate, but the waiting time is pretty nervous, right? When I will see my certificate.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Okay,
crazy.
so okay, let's go.
As
Let's
soon as I got an email, yeah,
go. Great. So now tell me, did you took the exam break, that 10 minutes break?
yeah. I took both the breaks.
Ah,
Um, it was like I finished the break in 8 minutes, and I came back 2 minutes ahead of time. And I just sat in my seat for 2 minutes. I wanted to waste that 2 minutes of time also to make sure that I keep my mind calm. Yeah. And after the 10 minutes, I started back my exam.
that's
And
nice. That's
to
nice.
my surprise, the first 10 questions after the break was good.
Ah,
Maybe the brain was fresh or something.
okay. When you say good, what do you mean? Are you able to understand it? Or question is smaller?
No, the questions are bigger. It's like you have a three-liner questions, you have a four-liner questions, and things like that. But you are, I mean, it's easy for me to get, I mean, the overview of the question. That's what I was about to tell for the
Nice,
first.
nice. So I'm getting a feel that you have read the concepts well. So that gives you the confidence. Okay, when you're talking exam, parallelly, which book you actually love to read in this understanding concepts?
I went with Rita.
Read the 10th edition.
10th edition. Yeah,
Very good,
I went
very,
with Rita 10th edition.
very good. Did you
That
pass
was
chapter test there? Okay, please go ahead. You want to say something.
yeah. So yeah, I went only with Rita and Agile Practice Guide. These were the only two books I went with,
Uh-huh.
and I did this practice questions at the end of each chapter, and I found that every time I was trying to do this, I was clocking around 70 to 80% of the questions right. So I thought, okay, fine, that's okay for me to pass my PMP.
Good, 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 good. How is it? Every day Rahul posts 10 questions. Was it you had a score, good score there as well?
So sometimes I used to get like 3, 4 and all. So whenever I used to get 3, 4, I used to, and the next day I was not even looking at the questions. So I used to start again the day after that. So to make sure that I am pretty confident with what I'm doing.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, getting back to the exam. In exam, mathematics questions were not highly asked earlier. Now, some students say that they got some questions, one or two. How is it for you? Any formula based?
No mathematical questions for me.
Hmm,
It was only to do with the general SPI, CPI concepts, not anything to do with the calculation part.
perfect. Perfect. So, in that case, there is a plastic sheet and marker given to you. I don't think you would have used it, would have been kept as it is, right?
Yeah.
You didn't. Okay. Good, good, good. So how is it the questions? Do you have a multi-choice, fill in the blanks, or match the following?
Okay, I had around about 11 to 12 match the following questions.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
In that 11 to 12 match the following questions, few questions were like one-liners where you had to match one-liner to a one-liner. Few questions were like three-liners, two-liners. It depends.
Mm.
I had this, I mean, this was a, I mean, this is the one which I went by the exam time.
Mm.
That whenever I had a three-liner or a two-liner question, I used to go with the and I mean the answer which is having the least number of lines, so that I can match that first, and then go with the bigger one. So it's easy for me to.
Understand, understand. So usually the matching, they give 4 to 4 matching or more than that is was it?
No, I had 3, 4, 6 also.
So 3 on the left, 3 on the right will
Yeah,
match.
yeah,
3, 4, and 6 you said. Okay. I think 6 would have been a little tougher.
yeah. I mean, like the 6 ones are like one-liners, not much of
Oh,
detail. The
oh,
3 and the 4 ones were usually having this 3 or 4 lines details.
oh. Okay, okay. Good, good. Tell about your agile knowledge. Are you working in agile model?
No, zero knowledge on Agile before starting off with PMP course, as I would say.
Okay.
All I knew was there is something called as Agile, and there is somebody called as a Scrum Master, and we have a product owner. That is the only information I had before taking the course. But
Okay.
I said I really felt Agile to be a much more simplest way of as simplicity being a guiding principle. I say it's kind of easy to understand as well.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. Look at the way you learned agile. Now I mean, non-agile people are going to shake the market. Our IT guys are going to be scared. My God, these guys are learning faster than us.
At the end of it, the technical knowledge is what.
True, 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 true. That's true. But again, I like the way, even though the exam says 50% adaptive nature, nearly 80 to 90 questions, and you're able to attend it smoothly, it means that I really appreciate your knowledge you gathered. Super, great. So now, when you complete 180 questions, You are good with the time or you are chasing last few questions?
No, I finished my exam 22 minutes ahead of time.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
For this, I simply use a strategy of elimination technique in the starting wherever we had a 3 or a 4 liner question. I went by the question, I went by the answers, and you can easily remove one or two out of it if you know the agile or a predictive kind of a mindset. So
Right.
easily to remove and then go with the context of it, and you should be able to get which is the best option out of those two which you have kept for your decision. So
Okay.
in this way, I was able to finish in 22 minutes, and I just played around for another 15 minutes with all those
Hmm.
60 questions to make sure that I haven't made any mistakes. Because what if I fail? And I have to concentrate on the only last 60 questions. So
True,
I just played around 15 minutes.
true, true. So before you click the button, you are pretty confident I'm PMP.
Till that time, I was confident. Till till clicking on the end review. After end review, it starts rotating. The cursor starts rotating, and that's when, oh my god, it starts shivering, and then it's like fine. It just says congratulations with some 3 lines. I did not even read the 3 lines. I said congratulations.
That's bad, man. 180 questions you read up. Each question 10 lines. But when they come, congratulations, you didn't read the 3 lines.
Keywords were important for me. Congratulations was sufficient.
Oh man, you're spoiled with keywords. Huh? I'm seriously recommending, I don't know anybody from PMI watch this video. Guys, please make that congratulations at least bigger font. Give some color for it. Now somebody paid $500 for the exam. Can't you guys give one congratulations bigger font? Okay, anyway, I don't know who is working on it's not PMI, it's Pearson. Pearson group has to improve in the way of giving a congratulations. Some crackers should come, right?
Yeah, correct.
Balloons, crackers, poof, you won it. That should make
That
more.
will give you some motivation also while coming out. Fine.
Yeah. Trump can come and tell, hey, cheer. Why the hell is this guy is here?
Then things has to change every 5 years then.
Yeah,
It's
true.
Biden's turn.
Okay, sounds good, man. So if you want to give some information for the people who are preparing, there are two kind of people, right? One is they know both predictive adaptive. There are some people who don't know both, like what you come from the industry. Okay. So if you want to give some thoughts to them, what will be your thoughts?
Okay. See, for me, I read Rita once or maximum 2 times, and I
Mhm.
made my notes. Nothing much. Like the last um, 2 weeks of time, I just referred to my notes, whatever was there, and I just made sure that I gave the mock exams. And mock really gave me a mindset required to take an exam, because that's what I realized. Fine, I'm open to tell my scores also of mock there, where I just scored like 68% in my prepcast mock. But the other mocks what ShriLearning had given, I was scoring around 75, 78 in that range. But prepcast was a lot of situational based, and it shook me a little bit. But the learning from what I got from the retrospective of all these mocks, of both the mocks, was like immense. That gave me a confidence, because after some time you go back to the same question, you should be able to analyze what the answer would be.
Mm, mm,
So
mm,
that was easy after taking this retrospective kind of sessions what I took for myself. So this was good, and I would suggest um, PMP is a never-ending subject. If you keep reading, you will keep on reading. Like it's never-ending. So whenever you feel that you're confident of taking a mock, it's okay if you're scoring like 50, 60 also. But the key to the success, what I know from my personal belief, is that analyzing whatever mistakes you have made, so that you can go ahead and improve on that in the future. So this is what, and this is same for both agile and predictive. So
Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. See, you are making very clear. Understand and review the questions properly, which is nothing but understanding the subject. Okay.
correct.
There is no special mantra here, just to understand the concepts well and review the questions carefully. I think that's a clear message. So, being a job, being a family person, are you able to spend some certain hours per day constantly?
Okay, I'll I would consider myself lucky because I recently shifted my job, and you know how the last month of your previous company would be. It will be just a transfer kind of a thing, and you know the first 1 month of your new role, it is just like a training kind of a situation.
Honeymoon period. Okay,
So
understood.
this 2 months, I properly planned my exam and I gave it.
Good. You mentalized it. Good. Now in the new company, you can rock with all your knowledge.
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay. So your mail, email, your signature will have PMP suffix, guys. Be careful. Huh?
Yeah.
That's nice to know, Shreyas. Great. Good to know. So first, I want to thank you for coming up here and giving this wonderful interview. And I find a lot of confidence with you from the beginning of the exam till the end. I mean, you're not worried anywhere except the last button click. But if not, you're very clear. But I like the way you did every 10 questions or somewhere you felt a little stress. You hold on, take at least a few seconds, take a deep breath, again come back. It may look a little funny for the people who don't know the pressure of PMP. When you are in the exam hall, you will feel this pressure. I have felt it. Those days I didn't do that. That's why I would keep recommending people, please do that. And it's a little pressure when you are put the money and your reputation, your moral, everything is there, right? When you come back home, your family is waiting. You cannot tell to your wife or husband, I lost my exam. They make fun of you.
For me, the worst part was my wife is a PMP, so I cannot come back until I failed my PMP. That's another thing for me.
Now I understand why 10 questions once, you close your eyes and read. Okay, she cleared. I have to.
Yeah.
Okay, fun apart. And thanks a lot for coming up here, Shreyas, and let your story inspire more people and
Yeah.
keep getting more. And this new job, you should grow further higher.
Sure, Shriram. Thank you for your support as well during the complete tenure of my PMP, I would say. It was really helpful, and you gave a lot of insights required for, basically to understand the concept, which is very much necessary because everybody can read a book, but to understand the concept, it's kind of, there's a thin line of difference between those two, I feel. So that's where I think a lot of things were cleared, and that helped me a lot.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Great. Good wishes to Shreyas now. And again, good wishes to all the viewers watching this program. And I know you are all preparing for it. Don't give up the hope. Keep working hard. But it's not a tough exam. If you're systematic, you can clear the exam. That's a clear message here. And we'll watch in another success story. Thanks a lot for watching here. Thanks for Shreyas.
Yeah. Thank you, Shriram.